All right, Isabel, do you want to hear Debussy or Janáček?
I'm trying to guess which one you're guessing I will.
I am like, right now, it's right in the middle.
Let's start with Debussy.
Debussy?
Yeah.
Okay. Claude Debussy, the wonderful French impressionist, wrote this set of pieces for his daughter. And the first
For
one
her to play or just like inspired,
No.
like I love you so much.
She was like 3. She can't play this. She
Okay.
could, I don't know what kind of relationship they had really, except that he loved her very much and he thought she was adorable and friendly and charming and wonderful. And he wrote this set of pieces for her called Children's Corner. And it starts like this. Stop there for a sec. So this is actually, it's Debussy being a little humorous because it's really meant to be like satirizing a technical exercise. It's called Dr. Gradus ad Parnassum. So this composer, Muzio Clementi, Italian composer, he made this set of technical exercises called Gradus ad Parnassum, which is like trying to reach Parnassus, trying to reach the mountaintop of technique. He wrote 100 exercises, and each one
gradually to the mountain,
gradually toward
up the mountain,
toward Parnassus, the ancient Greek, mythical mountain, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is like with each exercise, you get better and better at playing the piano. And these are really hard. I mean, the one he's maybe trying to kind of reference is number 2. So it has this kind of tongue twistery stuff in the right hand. It's a bit like, I don't know, if you're young and playing the piano, you might learn Hanon exercises. Which that's kind of the simplest one. That's number 1. But then we get and all kind of different versions of the goal is to establish finger independence so that your fingers become little brains. Each one knows what it's doing, and it has the freedom to operate in an independent way. So it's not reliant on anything. You can do anything with your fingers, and you have ultimate technique. I happen to think that, finger independence is probably really important for a basic, up to a certain point, to gain kind of confidence in your fingers and strength in your fingers to do those exercises. But at some point, you got to rely on your bigger muscles. Like at some point, you have to realize that the fingers are actually just an extension of the hand, which is from the looseness of the wrist, which is from the forearm, which is from the shoulder, which is from the back.
It's the same for all instruments. I mean, as a string player, like if you're just thinking it's all your fingers, you're going to get injured and also not play very well. Like it's from the back, which is also from your core, which is you could be sitting or standing, but either way, it's like all encompassing. Like you're an athlete.
Right. It's like you're this tree and the branches and the leaves and I don't know where I'm going with
this. But the finger independence is that's your brain. Like that's learning how to do
Yeah, or maybe it's building muscle memory, whatever that. Now I'm scared to say that because people have been like, muscle memory isn't a thing.
What?
Yeah.
Who says
when
that?
we were growing up, it was all muscle memory.
It is all muscle memory. I can play Bach suites that I haven't played in 10 years all of a sudden, and it has to be muscle memory.
What I mean is I think it's a misnomer or something. I don't know. I don't think I got the memo on there's probably updated language on because your muscles aren't remembering anything. I don't remember.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
And I'm genuinely asking this. Is our brain a muscle? And in that case, would our memory be a muscle? So then wouldn't it all be muscle memory?
So it's just muscle.
I know.
We got to build our
the brain
memory
is an organ, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a muscle. But I don't know why I imagine the brain like
is a muscle,
like contracting and like it's like this gooey like
we work out our brains. And also we tire them out.
That's an expression. Like, oh, it's giving my brain a workout.
All right. We're going to invite a neuroscientist on next to solve this problem. But for now, back to the technique thing. And by the way,
muscle memory.
Someone will tell me like, oh no, there's a new term for muscle memory. I swear to God, there's something we're missing here. But
is that the stupidest?
What? What?
To ask if a brain is a muscle?
No. I think it's a really interesting topic that I would love to continue talking about.
Wait, I just want to say, so these are the Gradus ad Parnassum etudes. I want to make the Sisyphus etudes, which is each etude you don't get any better.
No,
you
in
just
fact,
start back at the bottom of the mountain.
It's just actually the first measure over and over again.
Yeah.
Actually, there probably is an etude of, I was joking about this earlier, where I would go into the practice rooms when I was like at a music festival, and I would literally hear people practicing, messing up, and then slamming the piano. It infuriated me. It would be that etude, there you go, I was just messing it up. So if they were practicing it. It's like the worst way to practice ever.
I do that sometimes to a tune. It's almost, I do it less in private. It's more like if I'm in front of someone and I mess up, like in a rehearsal, then I'll like scratch it all because I want them to know, like, I know that was bad and like, bleh.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's like an insecurity
of like, people are listening to me and I need them to know that I'm frustrated by how imperfect this is. But what you are doing, in lack of a better phrase, is you are building muscle memory for that.
Right.
So like, and I talk about this, when I'm teaching, is like the best practice to me when I feel good about my practice, when I feel happy practicing. I don't know why you're smirking, but it's something's coming. Something's coming out of you. Is when I literally am not making any mistakes. And the reason why is because I'm doing it so slowly, so carefully, in such a relaxed manner. Like, I am just like figuring out the fingering, figuring out the shaping, even phrasing. Even though this is supposed to be fast, if you can't play it in a relaxed and confident way, in a way that where you can see what's coming, and you can feel confident in what your body's doing, then you got to play it slower and you got to play it in a more relaxed way.
Is music the only art form or skill that we practice in slow motion? Like, you
can't really
athletes
dance.
Can't like, you don't like throw the ball slowly, to make the basket.
Don't athletes do some stuff underwater? Probably not for form, but more for like resistance. But
and like dancers, maybe a few of the movements they slow down. I guess dancers would probably slow down the combo to get the movements a little bit.
You can't slow down ice skating, can you?
No, it's interesting to me because. And like as a stand-up comedian, you're not practicing the joke slowly.
Well, your version of that is writing one joke rather than trying to say 100 of them in 60 minutes or something.
I know,
like
but isn't it just cool that musicians, we can actually slow it down?
We have this cheat code that I feel like people don't access, where it's like slow practice is a total cheat code. It is like doing it underwater. It's like, okay, let me like jellyfish this practicing really quick. I'm playing this impossible suite for two pianos by Rachmaninoff. And if you know anything by Rachmaninoff, it's like most of his music is incredibly difficult and requires slow practice, not sight readable. Right? So I'm playing like all these chords that eventually are going to go fast. And I'm leaving notes out and stuff, but how do you think I practice that? All I'm thinking about is Is my wrist loose? Is my arm weight sinking into the piano? Am I creating a good sound? Am I playing all the notes correctly? Maybe I want a phrase to hear. Maybe I even exaggerate like the articulation in a way that like when I play it faster, all that stuff's going to kind of blend in together. But now I actually have a chance to think of this musically rather than in a way that is purely technical and like survival mode.
And practicing slowly also feels spiritual because, like you said, you might not retain every inflection and intention that you want when you speed it up. But when you're in the slow part, you can at least say, like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And it's almost like telling the universe what you want in the music.
And dude, like, practicing for me that's where my happiest place is. It's like, that's the only chance you have to have privacy with the music. True privacy. You can, I mean, we pretend like we have privacy in performance, like, oh, I'm letting you into my own private world, but we're human beings, like we're aware that there are eyeballs on us. And actually that helps give us an energy, a different kind of energy.
Right.
Than utter privacy. So if I'm like back to the Dr. Gradus at Parnassum thing, where Debussy is making fun of this technical idea, right?
What makes you think it's him making fun? Sorry, maybe continue
first of all, the title. Like, he doesn't name it Gradus at Parnassum. He's Dr. Gradus at Parnassum. It's like extra pompous. Like,
right.
Let me teach you. And also,
right, like maybe, Mr. Slow-Mo. Like,
Dr. Beat. He's doing this for his kid, who's like 3 years old too, right? Yeah. So it is a little like in the land of like for a kid. So think like Schumann, a little bit Scenes from Childhood too, where we were talking about of foreign lands and places. Right. It's kind of like I'm speaking to a kid. So the same with like Dr. Gradus at Parnassum.
Colonel practice
hey
time.
Now, we're gonna have to practice our exercises. You know what I mean? All straight 16th notes. It's kind of like a little dorky, but like with most things with Debussy, you throw the pedal down and you play it a little quicker, and all of a sudden it's like kind of more of like a color or a shape.
Well, this is where context is everything, because if I didn't know the title of the piece or anything about it and you just played it for me as you would perform it with the pedal, I would just think this is another beautiful sweeping piece by Debussy. I'd think nothing of, oh, this is a humorous satirization of exercises.
Okay, so here's a question. Maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. Maybe I'm overly beautiful in the way I'm interpreting it, and maybe that's because I've heard recordings of people playing it in this very Debussy way. You know, maybe I need to play it. It says moderately animated, okay, and then equal and without. Do you speak French?
Yeah.
Sécheresse.
You know what else you practice slowly? I just realized languages.
Yes.
Like, let me see that.
Yeah, sure.
So it says, égal et sans sécheresse, I think is how you say it. So it was like if you're trying to speak it, like, égal et sans sécheresse. Égal et sans sécheresse. You know, like you speed it up.
Yeah.
Language is something. So, but language is music.
Music is universal language. Mic drop. Do you know what sécheresse means?
No.
Me neither.
I just know how to pronounce
Unfortunately, no one has a phone or Google, so we'll never know.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, can you? But in the meantime, while you're looking that up, I wonder what it would feel like to play this in the way I'm describing. So kind of like begin in a slightly dorky, academic, technical way, and then allow it to unfold into more of a story. Let me just try it.
How do you spell it? Sorry.
S-E with an accent aigu. Accent aigu.
C-H-E-R-E-S-S-E. Okay, so it means drought. Does that make sense?
Equally and without drought.
It's probably one of those direct translations.
Without dryness, maybe? Like
maybe.
Wet.
So pedal.
So maybe he's making me pedal it. Yeah. Equally and with pedal. Okay, but let's forget the pedal for a second. What?
Oh, song without. Okay, I was going to say that would be interesting if he was saying without pedal, because then you really would be misinterpreting it.
Yeah. And he does have this he does have like slur over like a giant slur from the beginning all the way through the second bar. So he probably does want it to be connected, legato. So maybe I can marry these two ideas. Let me meet in the middle somewhere. Where I can start like an exercise, but also flowing. Okay, so yeah, I mean, just for what it's worth, what gives it a little shine is this tonic pedal point in the bottom. Mm-hmm. So this C, which holds, it's a bit like that Bach prelude from Book 2, C major. When something is underneath a tonic pedal point, it has so much brightness and excitement. That Brahms or whatever. You can imagine that this is a tremolo, and then it jumps up a register and has a kind of smile to it, but equal, so that the equality of the notes gives it that etude-like feeling. But already here we're into bigger gestures. And then he pauses when he's going to change the pattern here. And it's like a compendium of different styles and exercises, because this is like a different thing. Like he's practicing here some hand crossing where this note has to be played kind of in between my right hand's figuration. So it's a little like clumsy, you would have to practice that as a kind of etude. And then, okay, we're done with that. A little rit, and then change of harmony, something different, hand crossing. Left hand has to cross over to the right. Little expression here. This part really feels like a story to me. It's kind of like in Star Wars where they're on like Tatooine looking at the moon.
Oh yeah.
It's like this kind of like, I wonder what's out there, Uncle Ben. It has this kind of like,
well, this whole
it's
thing.
It's the ninth of the chord that is making it feel more open.
What's the ninth of the chord?
Well, so we have is a B flat major chord, but then it has this C in it.
It's the same thing with the pedal gives it inherent dissonance in a lot of places. Because,
the pedal point on the bottom.
Yeah. Earlier
the actual pedal, the sustain pedal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're not adjusting for the harmony. It's one note under changing melody.
Yeah, if you didn't have pedal here, it would just be Bach.
Right. Although does Bach do pedal tones?
Oh, he does pedal tones, yeah.
Sure.
He does.
But not that sustained.
It's like, yeah, I might as well just grab that C major prelude because...
Not the...
What?
F major one you were playing earlier?
What? Which?
Yeah.
Oh, the... Inside joke. We'll come back to that.
We were having a real good goofy time before we hit record.
Oh my god, dude. Where is this prelude? Bach C major prelude. There it is. So we have the tonic pedal point in the bass.
But even that gives it dissonance and a little passing dissonance.
Well, here's the difference though. It resolves, right? It resolves quote unquote, where it's like yeah, there's that. And then but it resolves to that. Whereas if we go back to our Debussy, then this it's just kind of floats there as a chord.
Right.
As in, like... These are more functioning vertically as chords rather than horizontally as voice leading. It's not like this voice. We don't hear this. We hear this.
Right. Well, it's a really feels like a direct depiction of, or like a direct musical representation of impressionistic painting.
Go say more, as they say.
Sorry, I just sneezed.
Sounds like you're gonna cry from your own comment.
I'm dumb, but
what?
Paintings, like impressionistic paintings, I feel like there's more like blended and more colors used. It's less of a literal depiction of something.
Yeah.
And just like in earlier music than Debussy, a lot of the times you have more dissonance to consonant, dissonance resolving to consonants, and like this is what this is for. The dissonance is so that we can resolve to the consonants.
Yeah.
But in this, the lines are all blurred, and while it doesn't always sound like it's clashing or ugly when I say dissonance, but the dissonance is much more like it's suspended, and the lines are blurred for when it's resolved.
Yeah. They just discovered opium.
Yeah,
basically. So it's like, yeah, the definition and distinction of the boundaries of the objects, like, no longer are the subject of the painting. It's like, so the purpose of painting changed, where, I mean, yeah, I don't know anything about this either, really, but from my perspective, in my opinion, it's more about what does it feel like when you're watching a sunrise, when you're looking at a lake, when you're seeing the lily pads floating. It's not like I don't need to be hit with the definition of them. I need to like sit in my own feeling and reflection of how color and shadow and light hit all these things in a way that is actually more like a oneness, than it is it's less about individuality too. Like the subject of like romantic works and German poetry and fiction and all this stuff is like, it's so intense. You get into the individual and the soul and the character of the person, right? I feel like this kind of music, it's like, man, you and your ego and your soul, like, forget all that. Like, this is just come on, man, just sit on the beach and watch this beautiful sunset. No, but
just let it
obviously
affect you,
it's
man.
about the soul too. But I mean, it's more about how our soul can emanate in this vibrant world of beautiful natural existence and colors, and it's like, let go.
Well, it's letting go of our human invented definitions of things. Not even just language, obviously, is a tool we created, but even before language, just sort of identifying things as individual things, like in your head, like that is a tree, that is a lake, I wonder if there was a time before language when it really, before we even started differentiating things so much.
I think so. It's got to be.
I don't know.
Before cave paintings.
We can never know, like, because our brains change with technology.
Yeah.
With each new technology, it affects our brains. So what was it like to exist in? Anyway, that's not when this was written or anything, but it harkens back.
By the way, if Debussy were here, he'd be like, "Dude, you guys are reading way too much into this." I was literally like, "Oh, cool. Let me compose this piece in C major for my 3-year-old.
I love.
She's so cute.
She's so
She does
cute.
exercises at the piano. I'm gonna do one too." And we're like, the nature of existence and our souls merging with eternity.
What must it be like?
Yeah. You're like, what if he's referencing a time before language?
Well, that's not what I was saying.
No, I know.
I wasn't speaking, but yeah, I wasn't speaking about his intentions. I was speaking more in a way about how it just makes me think about maybe the way the music is affecting you might happen to be connecting to a part of us that would have been more alive when we didn't have these like definitions. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think nature plays a huge role in these impressionistic works.
Yeah.
Like, and if you look at Ravel, it's like, I mean, half his pieces, and Debussy too, it's like reflections of the water, and Jadot, water games for Ravel, and I mean, it kind of goes on, but it's like, maybe a lot of them is just about water. Now that I think about it, there's a whole lot of water, but also in the impressionistic paintings, they're fascinated by the ocean and lakes and kind of the horizon, that the sky meeting the ocean. I
love the idea of Debussy walking in and just being like, "God, this is."
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh my God!" I'd be like, "Did you? By the way, have you seen?" I wrote a piece later called "Gollywog's Cakewalk." It's not just about woo nature. Like, I'm just trying to mess around here. This is like a ridiculous set of child pieces. Let me keep playing. So we have this, which is, by the way, I mean, that is the figure from the opening. It's just slowed down, and it's now in B flat major. A little minor inflection gives it a little kind of bittersweet nostalgia. And here we go. Okay, what do you notice is different? This should be the return, right?
It's a different pedal, right?
Yes,
it's a
the
different
left hand is not a
right.
C, it's a G, which is
it resolves to C.
Right. So this
5,
is a
1.
dominant pedal, but this is a classic case of how dominant pedal points, which is this, feel different than tonic pedal points.
Right.
This has anticipation and excitement and brightness and like wonder and like, oh man, I can't wait to go on this journey. And this is like, oh boy, how are we gonna get back? Right? It's kind of building tension toward a return of something rather than start your engines. We're about to get going on at the beginning of our journey. So here's a dominant pedal point on G, and then it resolves. So it's nothing too dramatic. I mean, this is a kid's piece after all, but this coda here is pretty awesome.
Bravo!
Robbie! So it really like just takes flight at the end. It's kind of like, well, add Parnassum. I mean, I guess it's just kind of like soaring. It's just this idea of like rising higher and higher until you're kind of like, you're up on this, you get up on this cliff. Maybe you have a little paraglider. But you can see from the mountaintop. I love these little minor fours. And what that is like, instead of, which would be, this is it's a suspended whatever, but to add this A flat.
Oh yeah.
It's just a minor.
Wait, so
four.
play it again without that, and then.
Yeah, sure. And now with it.
Oh, that's one of those things where you don't realize why does it have that extra little like nostalgic oomph to it?
Just a little poignancy, and I said minor 4 because that's that A flat exists in the 4 chord of C major. So normally you would have, but But here with minor 4. I mean, Brahms does that all the time. Schubert sometimes, Beethoven occasionally, but it's a very romantic sentiment. And these beautiful suspensions, dissonances that resolve. And by the way, it's like, it sounds virtuosic, but it's really not. He could have really dressed this up if he wanted to, but it's each hand just has 2 notes at a time. So he keeps it simple. He keeps it childlike. He's not doing like, I don't know. He's not filling it out with kind of all 5 fingers, kind of creating a big, large texture. He's not like,
Right.
He's not filling out the whole piano. It's just, I think that simplicity that he maintains gives it that childlike quality, It's just beautiful. I love it when composers reveal a part of themselves that is childlike, that is like, it's almost like this is an excuse for him to be a kid a little bit, or to get inside the mind of a kid, to kind of just, it just wonder is what a kid is feeling so much of the time, at least I think.
Right. That
curiosity.
Numinous. Is that the word?
I don't know. I don't know that word. I think you're probably right. You have a bigger vocabulary than I do.
No. You went to Ivy League. Sorry, now I want to know what this word means.
Numinous. I also like that.
Arousing spiritual or religious emotion. Yeah.
Whoa.
Mysterious or awe-inspiring. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds a little deep for a kid.
Okay, sure.
But yeah. So he has this beautiful kind of, it's a feeling of abandon at the end of this piece. But then he brings us back to reality. Well, it's kind of like we're tumbling down. It's like, okay, we've had our fun. We've risen to the mountaintop. Now we're going to come back down. It's goofy.
The button is so like Broadway,
Yeah.
It's almost like he was like, I gotta end this. Shit. But that's why, like at the beginning, he apologizes to his daughter. He's like, sorry for what follows, which is kind of ridiculous because it's a gorgeous, really well done piece. Except you can see at the end, maybe he kind of was like, I'm
gonna end it. It's a really goofy way to end the piece.
I think I don't always respond to the idea of, composers showing their childlike sides in music. Like, I feel like you're always talking about, like, this is very childlike. It showed how. And
I should probably use a different word.
No. No.
Okay.
No. But
infantile.
But for me, I think childlike, like it's all childlike in a way, because anything that feels like a raw emotion to me reminds me of childhood.
All right.
So to me,
that's not childlike.
Yeah, challenge that with something not childlike.
Well, okay, so moving to Janáček for a second, because
Leoš Janáček.
Janáček. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, but he's a composer who he experienced a lot of loss. He actually lost a child, and his music lives in a space that is very complex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, there's nothing straightforward about it, and yet it's very raw. So he was really interested in speech rather than, let's say, singing. So he recorded thousands of, recorded as in like wrote down these speech melodies. So he would walk around to different parts of like cities or streets and just listen to the intonation of people as they were speaking. And rather than being obsessed with like what they're saying, he was more interested in how they're saying it.
There was no, he didn't actually record. There was no recording
There you
device.
go. That's
back
the melody
then.
right there. Da 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 da. But no, he would write down the pitches
That he would hear.
That he would hear.
So he was just recording it by
hand. I haven't done this practice myself, but my understanding is he was, and you can hear it in his music. Like, it's not these flowing, beautiful 8-bar phrases, you know, that you might get from Romantic era composers. They're small fragments that kind of hit you quick and then go somewhere else. Or the story they're telling is, it just feels more immediate rather than couched in song. I don't know. There's something about song that can be a little distancing. Mm-hmm. It's the same reason that, like, recently I did something with Caroline Shaw, and the way she sings to me is very immediate. It's not like she doesn't add a ton of vibrato. She's not trying to, I mean, obviously it's like, it's not quite classical, you know, and yet it is in the classical genre, and what she does is very inspired by classical music, but she's not disrupting the meaning of what she's saying with any technique per se. The technique, if there's any technique in her voice, it's just in order to strip away distraction from the immediacy of her words. And I think great pop artists do that, great folk singers do that, you know, where it's like, I need you to feel what I'm feeling, and the fastest way is to actually, like sushi, just give me the food. Don't dress it up. Don't dip it in soy sauce.
Yeah, like modern, like Gracie Abrams and Olivia Rodrigo, or like, they do like, I always jokingly call it like Sprechstimme. but it's like, you know, like you sit forever now. I drive alone past your street. You know,
Right. Suddenly they're just like, whoa, are you just like talking to me right now?
Yeah. And they like sort of go
shocking.
back and forth between like very sweet singing and like speaking.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like I like it.
I like Sprechstimme.
It's kind of like,
which, by the way, in case you guys don't know, that's a term for like in Arnold Schoenberg's music.
And it's like really creepy.
You listen to, you know,
Pierrot Lunaire.
Yeah. It's like the intonation is really, I don't know, how do you even describe it?
What does Sprechstimme translate to? It's
speech
like
singing.
Yeah.
So like it's half speaking, half singing,
which is what Olivia Rodrigo and Gracie Abrams
They're
are
bringing
doing.
back Sprechstimme. Oh my god, that's so hilarious. Okay, with all of that to say, Janáček is his music is just very simple and yet very profound. And it's, to me, there's not much childlike about it, but you be the judge. Let's take a look. So this is some of the first movement of his piece called In the Mists, which already is like very ambiguous. And it's in a key with 5 flats, sort of maybe D flat major, maybe B flat minor. We'll see. stop there for a sec. Sorry, I hit a weird bass note. Let me let you just react to that for a second. Just what do you feel about the music? What do you think the story of the music is? And should I not ask?
No. What I got distracted because you were asking, does this sound childlike to you?
Okay, we can start with that.
I mean, there's a tenderness to it and
There
a
is
sadness.
tenderness,
And
yes.
maybe that's just my own personal issues that I need to work through in therapy, but anything kind of tender and sad, I'm like, oh, it's all childlike, I guess.
I see. Okay.
Like, sure. To me,
so for you, like, vulnerability is childlike.
yeah, and almost all music has a vulnerability to it, even if it's aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also was thinking how this kind of feels more like film music to me. The simple voicing and the when it goes to da, 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 when it goes down to the, when it really gets to the, wait, does it do that? I don't know.
Oh, hang on. Maybe later. That's basically what it does, and then
I don't know. It was a stupid observation, but I was thinking about the speech, also the speech patterns.
Yeah.
The accompaniment in the left hand is almost those speech patterns too.
Yeah.
Obviously, the melody you could hear as someone speaking.
Yeah.
Slowly, or someone singing.
This actually sounds like singing.
Yeah.
But what's interesting too is phrasing. Like, he doesn't phrase off beautifully.
Right.
Like there, for example, he like almost in a Beethovenian way, he's like pushing to the very end, and then it's kind of like,
what makes it Beethovenian? Also, I like, just wait till you get to the level where someone can be like, oh, it's almost Anastasionian.
Anastasionian. Anastasionian. Yeah, that was man.
No. I'm just curious.
The reason was Beethoven often has dynamics toward the end of phrases or the end of measures that commit to the very end in a way that didn't really happen before so much. So like in Mozart and Haydn, like they would end normally. I mean, you'd have sudden shifts and everything, but for the most part, when they're getting heated, for example, especially when they're getting heated, the music's getting heated, they would often phrase off. Like the end of a slur means come back. And that is connected to speech. Like, let's go there. Like, see how my voice went, or like you would never, let's go there. Like, it's like toward the end of a sentence, why don't we go over there? You tend to come down,
sure.
You know? And maybe this is different with other languages. I'm just using English, but...
Well, I mean, God, we don't think about Chinese where there's actual, like, prescribed tones for words.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole other thing.
That is. Do you want to demonstrate a little bit?
No.
Okay. But Beethoven would go against that by having you commit all the way to the end. So it's like, it's getting louder, and it's getting louder, and it's getting louder. And then you suddenly shift from there, rather than it's getting louder, and now we're going to go somewhere else. And that, somehow like phrasing for audiences before that tended to be more like, we don't want to actually disturb our audience. We want them to feel like we're telling them a story that makes sense and is rational. And this is my argument for the way you should feel about it. And Beethoven is like, how about those feelings that don't stop conveniently just because you want to, treat your audience well? What about those feelings of anger and depression and violence that, like, even if you want them to go away, they're going to be there?
Do you have an example of a Beethovenian ending in Beethoven?
Well, I mean, how about his very first sonata? If I can pull it up. Opus 2 number 1. I'm sure that even his very first sonata has these kinds of extremes. Let's see. Nope. Oh, and I messed that up. No, that's a bad example because he does phrase off there. But oh, here we go. Here's kind of an example. So you know, where it's like rather than
right. He doubles down,
triples down, literally. So he has 1, 2, 3.
Right. It's
and then it just starts another build
the richness of it builds. Right. Yeah, that is very like I've never thought of that before, but that is so Beethoven. Yeah,
where it's like instead of saying, how about I'll say one thing and then another.
That's Mozart.
That's Mozart.
Like, yeah.
And then he might.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, how about a third thing? And so the middle is where it was its maximum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead, Beethoven's like, I have an idea. I'm going to just repeat that. Now, actually, I'm kind of obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's like brash.
Yeah.
It's kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
And it also reminds me like those octaves, just it's not really the same thing, but just again his later quartets, the like extreme voicing, like the spacing between the voices. Like he plays so much with the voicing in ways that other composers before him and at his time weren't doing.
He's not hiding anything. In fact, he's seeing those parts of his consciousness that you may not want to look at, and he's like, that's the thing I want to really look at.
Right.
That's what makes like a great artist, I think, is finding
He was such a good artist.
Oh my God. Beethoven, such a good artist.
Beethoven was so talented.
This is probably the hottest take we have on this podcast, that Beethoven was a good artist.
I'm going to go on Subway Takes. Beethoven was a good artist.
And that Debussy only wrote about water.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to wrap up.
We got to wrap up.
I mean, we're getting delirious.
Should we do a Beethovenian ending to this? We got to wrap up.
That's all I got.
So wait, just to wrap this up.
Yeah. Oh wait, here we go.
Show me the Beethovenian
and here's
ending.
my final point.
Wait, what piece was that?
Okay, that was. Wait, let me do a different one. Hang on. You okay?
What piece was that from? That was the Beethoven?
That was this thing.
No, what I was saying in the Janáček.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait. Hang on. Let's go back to. We'll cut that. Let's go back to Janáček. Hang on. To wrap up, I at least want to show you how the Janáček actually does something. What?
Just imagine you being like, I mean, yeah, this piece is just great.
That's it.
It's great. Great stuff.
Yeah, not childlike.
Great stuff. Okay.
Pedal point. So this is a pedal point used for an even different reason than remember the building tension. Now with this beautiful. So after we get the end of the first section here, we have this little kind of chorale in the upper voices. Suspended over this A flat. It's like, it's that moment of doubt. and then a cascade. That's not a voice, you know? That's like a fluttering of thoughts or something, and then I don't know what it is. And then develops into something kind of violent. And out of nowhere, major. That A flat major outburst, which is just like a fantasy. It's like a total sense of abandonment, and just like reckless passion is fleeting. And it's almost like that whole thing was just like a fever dream, and we're back into this world of nostalgia. I don't know, that always leaves me moved and speechless, that piece. And yeah, I wish I could play it better, but I'll work on it. I want to perform it at some point. It's one of those pieces to me in the Miss, and maybe other pieces by Janáček too. I've played a couple that I do actually struggle to find words for. I tried to make like a little video about it to try to explain it. And as soon as you start to kind of analyze it, you're like, none of that is the point of this. It's living in such a delicate world that as soon as you start, ironically, because it's like a lot of his music is based on speech and speech patterns and things like this, but as soon as you start to apply words to describing his music, it is the actual cliche for me. I don't like to use this a lot, but it's like words fail. Like words are too definite. They're too defining. Mm-hmm. What I have loved to do, and what I did recently with my friend Naomi, is pair this with poetry. She wrote a very, very beautiful poem called Gaza Morning, which is about, the suffering right now in Gaza and everything. And it just captured a kind of sensitivity and love and hope that is bittersweet, that just like, this was the perfect pairing. And I feel like music, when it's paired with poetry in the right way, can enhance the words, and the words can totally bring a powerful meaning to the music in a way that isn't defining it.
Right.
I think that's what it is. As soon as I have to figure this out for myself, like how to describe. I wish I were a poet sometimes, because like sometimes if I'm describing music, I'm killing it in my own head. Defining
anything is a slight killing of it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so we got to end this episode, but I'm end on a big thought, which is that why it's so frustrating that everything is all about branding. All art is now a brand, or the artist is a brand, because a brand is defining something. What's your brand? What are if you know your brand, you're defining yourself. But that's so antithetical to being an artist and being someone who's creating things, because you should be always changing and flowing and following inspiration. And
that's why I love always whenever I come across like a reel of David Lynch. Yeah. Because it's just like he's like, why, when he's directing like Twin Peaks and they're saying, oh, we need, like, hey, it's time, the scene is too long, and he's like, what are we talking, we're talking about time, like, what is time, you know what I mean, like allow the creative process to unfold however long that takes. If this needs to be, and the same with us, we're right now, we're like, well, we gotta end the episode, it's an hour, like, who cares if one episode's an hour and a half and another one is 60 minutes and another one is 45 minutes, like, how long does it take for us to come to a moment of connection and truth that we feel is right? Is it exactly 60 minutes? You know what I mean? Or so, like,
it's actually like 58 is the
golden ratio. All right, we mostly have to stop because we're tired and my voice is starting to give out, but this was nice. This was nice and cathartic. We laughed. We almost cried.
Yeah. We'll cry later.
We figured a lot out between Debussy and Janáček. The in-betweenness. Thanks for bearing with us. Yeah, if you were listening to all that. Okay, guys.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Bye.